right, everyone, give me a minute. We had some technical difficulties. I am coming on right now. All right, we are loaded for comments. Let me know if you're out there. In the meantime, I'm going to try to adjust my camera, which I might have to do after we sit down for a minute. All right, let me know you're out there. It is 7:04. I'll get give it another minute or so that everybody can hop on and find me. And I need to move my light behind me over just a little bit. Sorry for the delay. I apologize. I had everything set up and it lost its connection, and then it came back on and then it lost its connection. So, oh, I just moved that in the wrong way, didn't I? Let me see. Where's my hand? This one. So it's over here. So I need to move it. Hang on a minute. Let me move my light. I think it needs to go that way. No, it doesn't. It needs to go this way. All right. Is anybody out there? We are ready to go. All right. Let me turn this thing just a little bit. There we go. All right. Let me know if you're out there. Hey, Karen. I know. Well, I was on time, and my thing just went kaplooey. It lost, and then it came back on, and it said you're disconnected. Then it said, now you're connected. So I waited a few minutes, and then I went on my iPad, on my computer, and I thought I was disconnected. So sorry about that. Let's give it a couple more minutes for everybody else to get come on board. That's my fault. Sorry about that. We have a lot to do tonight, too. I'm excited. So we'll give it another minute to let others try to find us. In the meantime, I'll give it a minute, and then I'll just go through my little spiel, and hopefully people will sign on at that point. So how are you loving this hot weather? Oh my God, I am hating it. It is so hot. It's unbelievable. And they said it's going to get even hotter. Thank God we're leaving Saturday. So, oh, thank you. I've had this thing, I've had this thing forever, and I started wearing it a couple years ago. It's got a piece underneath, so it's like a two-piecey thing. And then this one hangs down kind of looser. The one underneath is kind of a little tighter. But I like it because, look, it stretches in the neck and everything. It's kind of cool. Oops, let me pull my microphone up so people can hear me. I swear, I've got clothes that I don't even wear. I got to go through my closet. I do that periodically because, now that we've downsized, I don't have a lot of room for stuff. And so things have got to go. So I'm going to have to start doing some purging when we get back from vacation. Anyways. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do my little spiel for those that, there might be people out there that haven't acknowledged that they're there, which is fine. So I am Dawn Duvall. I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. And I've been doing this craziness, as you can tell, for 12 years. And I live in Fort Myers, Florida. So one thing I do want to go over, just a couple of housekeeping things. So bear with me, and then we will get started because I think I've got some fun thing that we're going to make this evening. We're going to do two, but we're going to do different colors. So in the meantime, oh, I know, me too. Okay, so I'm going to flip the camera down, and then I'm going to go over. For those, if you haven't heard that Stampin' Up! Has this major join promotion, then you've probably been under a bus or something. But anyways, you have until Friday to take advantage if you would like. You can join my stamping community. If you spend $99 plus your sales tax, you're going to get $207 in product. Stampin' Up! I've never seen anything this spectacular before. You'll choose $125 of product of your own choice, and then Stampin' Up! Is giving you the 5 new in-color ink pads. That's Summer Splash, Petunia Pop, Peach Pie, Shy Shamrock, and Pretty in Pink, which is a returning color. They're also going to give you, let's see, I think they're going to give you a pack of, which they are, 48 sheets of 6x6 designer series paper, so you'll have that. You're also going to receive the in colors, 8.5 by 11 cardstock, a pack for each color, so that's 20, I think it's 24 sheets in each pack. And then you're also going to receive each well, there's 5, one of each color for the for these new in colors of our Stampin' Right markers. So that's $82 value right there, and then you get to choose $125 of your own choice, and it can be anything from the clearance rack, on the regular catalog, whatever. It's your choice, $99. In addition to that, you're going to receive a paper pumpkin in your kit, which is a all-inclusive crafting kit. You will receive catalogs, and you will receive some business items. If you choose not to do this as a business, that's okay. My suggestion would be to put your name on the catalogs and hand those out to people that you know that may be interested. It's worth a shot. And so once you join, then you're gonna, after you purchase your starter kit, then you'll start receiving a 20% discount, and that would be through September of this year. If you don't do anything else and don't place any more orders, at the end of September, you just go back paying full price as a customer. So make sure that you really think about this. This ends on Friday, May 31st. All right, and then the next thing, we're coming to the end of the month, May. As I've said to you before, every month I participate in a collaboration of demonstrators all across the United States and other countries that we do business in. And you would receive, when you spend $50 in my online store, you're going to receive a tutorial bundle. And for the month of May, there's 41 projects that I'll email you once I receive confirmation that you've placed an order. I usually get that to you within 2 to 3 days. These are great for inspiration. You can copy them, do whatever you want to do. It's up to you. That's fine. Once you receive the link, then you can use them as you wish. Welcome everyone. I apologize. We had a little little issue with the connection. It threw me off, so I had to get off and come back on. And then this thing, and if you're interested, I'll post this in the on our Stampin' Up page, the Shall We Stamp page. And these are monthly coupons that you can use if you shop with me. So every month you get a discount or something for free depending on what it is. So during the month of May, if you spend $75 or more, then you will get a free package of 12 by 12 cardstock that I will send to you. And that's good through the 31st. And then starting in June, if you spend $60, then I will I'll give you a 24-26 in color assorted cardstock pack. So I will post this out there on the page, and then I'll put it in my newsletter next week so that if you want to download it that way, you can do that as well. Okay, let's get started. Tonight we are going to do some blending. Now I am using, let me show you what I'm using the mask. Now, do y'all remember when we did mask a while back? They're the plastic mask like this, and there are 5 of them, and I'm going to go over this with you all in just a minute. So I'm going to show you some different combos that I had done yesterday, and then today I'm going to do something just a little bit different. Now, these are the, hang on, I got to get the word out, Layers of Beauty Decorative Mask. Now, there is a stamp set that's on page 57, which is the Layers of Beauty bundle. So you can also purchase the stamp and dies if you choose to, and these masks. I'm not using the stamp because I don't have it. So I'm just using the mask, which is in blending brushes, and this is what I did yesterday. I created 3 cards. So this card is using Highland Heather and Gorgeous Grape, and then of course the ink colors. And this is on a piece of thick basic white, and then a piece of Gorgeous Grape underneath. And then I did that one in a horizontal. This one I did in landscape mode, and this is in Petal Pink. Let me think. Petal Pink. Oh, I can't remember my colors, but I'll give them to you if you'd like. Hey, Patricia. Petal Pink, and I can't remember the other colors. Let me see. Hang on a minute. I got it right over here on my desk. I've got so much going on. we're leaving on Saturday, so I've got 1,000 things I'm trying to accomplish. This is, okay, Petal Pink Bubble Bath Fresh Freesia, and then I used some shaded spruce and some pecan pie for the stems of that. And this is on a piece of shaded spruce and Pretty in Pink. I'm sorry, Petal Pink. And of course, everything's blank inside. And then I did a third one, and this one is in Fresh Freesia, Petunia Pop, Berry Burst, and then the leaves are Lemon Lime Twist and Granny Apple. Aren't these gorgeous? And this is no stamping, I'm just blending, okay? Now, tonight, we're gonna do a little bit different. I'm going to do the blending, but we're gonna make a card. I'm gonna cut it in half so we can get 2 cards out of 1, okay? So, all right, so let's get started. You're gonna need some paper underneath because we're going to do some blending, so I'm going to put this off to the side. Now I would recommend that you take your seal or whatever, a little bit stronger tape, and just put a little dash right in the center of your paper, because we want I'm going to turn it this way. We want this to be held onto here so that we don't have it move around, okay? So that's that. All right, now the mask, there are 5 sets of masks. Now what I've done is I've numbered them. Oops, and you got to be careful because some of these have got some really, because they're die cut, so they've got some really pieces that are real fragile. So I've put them in order, 1 through 5. Now the first thing, you'll see this little notch, and I think I've gone over this with you before. See that notch? It has the number 1 there. So for each different mask, it has a number, and that's how you will decorate them in the order 1 through 5. So my first recommendation is I'm going to place my mask on here, and I'm going to make it a little crooked because I want to get it on my 4 by 5.5 piece of basic white. And in order to do that, so when I switch my mask, I'll show you what I'm going to do. Okay, so I've got it lined up where I think I want it. So what I'm doing is I'm going to take a marker or a pen or something that you can draw a line with, and we're going to draw a line. Of course, now I've moved it, so hang on, because we're going to be moving these things. So hold on, let me get it where I want it. Okay, and it doesn't have to be straight because I want my flowers to be a little bit at an angle. All right, does that make sense? And I'm going to bring it down. So now what I'm going to do, oops, let me bring it up a little bit. Okay, so I've got it where I want it. So I'm going to draw a line right here, and I'm going down into the divot where that tells me what which mask I'm using. And I'm going to draw a line all the way, not all the way around, but down, and then I'm going to bring it just a little bit down so I know when I take this off where I need to place it, okay? And then I'm going to also do it down here at the corner, so that way I can line up my corner on the next mask to get them in shape, to get them in the same place, okay? So if I take it off, then I know this is where I have to put my mask to get it to lighten up. I mean, to stay in the right space so all my flowers will get blended like they should. Now, these will wipe off. Let me grab a tissue. Hang on 1 second. I've got one in here somewhere. Hold on a minute. Let me get this, wipe this black off of here. So I use the removable tape. So I've numbered these so it makes it easier when I go to grab something that I know which mask I'm using, okay? So now I'm going to lay this here. Now you can tape this down if you want, which might not hurt. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's tape it down so it doesn't move. I usually hold my hands. All right, so I've got it into place. So see how it's all lined up? So let's just put a piece, whoops. See now, that's why you want to make sure you put this little mark here. So we're going to put a piece of removable tape there, and we'll put one right here. Hopefully it doesn't move, okay? All right. So what we're going to do, I'm going to lay these up here because we're going to be switching them around. Oh, and I'm going to have to get a cloth when we get ready because I'm going to have to wipe them off before we start the next one. All right, so I'm going to put this here. Now we're going to bring in, I'm going to use Poppy Parade for the first 2 cards because I'm going to show you how we can make 2 cards out of 1. All right, so I'm going to be using Poppy Parade, Real Red, Crushed Curry, and then Lemon Lime Twist and Granny Apple for our leaves. All right, so I've got them stacked in the order of which I want to do. And you really want to start from light to dark. This one, I'm going to do the reds and then add some yellow to the flowers as well. So we're going to start with the Poppy Parade. And I'm going to move these off to the side. I'm going to put my ink pad right here so that I can get to it with my brush. Now I'm using the large blending brushes. And I wash mine. Now they will stain, but I wash mine after I use them each time. I don't have one for each color. I try to keep them in the same color family, but I just run them under cold water and put a little hand soap on it or dish detergent, whatever. And I just scrub it on my hands like that until it all pretty much comes clean, and then I let them air dry. So these are all cleaned and dried. So I'm going to start with my Poppy Parade. And you want to start light to darker, right? And so I'm going to start off here, and then we're just going to start blending. So I don't, and you can write on, these are plastic, so these you'll definitely want to rinse them off. I'm just going to do a little dotting there. And then all we're going to do is come in, and we're just going to start rubbing on our mask of the areas that we want to get our ink in, right? So I'm just going to come around. And I go back and forth, and don't forget, now when you do this, there's a few that have all these little tiny holes that you might not see. So I'm just going to take a little bit off there, and I'm going to come back and do some more. And you can, you know, however dark or light you want to do this, right? All right, so we're going to get that. All right, so there's our Poppy. All right, so now we're going to set that off to the side, and we're going to move we're going to come in with a new blending brush because our colors are different. So now we're going to use Real Red, all right? But now we've got to switch. So we're going to take our mask off. Bear with me. Hopefully we can get 2 done tonight. All right, so I'm taking number 1 off. All right, now see what we've got right there. So I'm going to put this one over here. Now we're going to come in with number 2. So now this is why my thing is going to come in handy. So I'm going to line up my little divot thing because this tells you number 2 right here. And I'm going to line this up and get that right there, and we're going to push that down to hold it in place, and I'll add these little guys just to give me a little bit of extra. And this is where the blending brush now is going to start giving it some depth, okay? So now we're going to come in with our red. This is Real Red, and I've inked these up, so let's make sure we got some ink in here. All right, here we go. So now we're going to start doing the same thing. We're going to start recoloring again, because now it's going to put our ink in different areas, and you can kind of pat if you want. This is going to start showing the different blending and over that one Poppy Parade that we put in there. Okay, so we're going to come back and do a little bit more, make sure we get our color in there. And you can make it as dark or as light as you want. And don't forget, you got these little holes there that are going to be little flowering things. That's my terminology. That's the legal, I call things off. I make up names for stuff. Okay, so there we've got our red, all right? So now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to take this off. And I forgot to bring, I've got some water over there, so when I get ready, I'll spray what I need to do to clean off the 3. All right, so now we're done with number 2. Now you see how it's starting to come together? All right, so we're going to move this over here. Now we're coming in with Crushed Curry. All right, isn't this fun? So now we got to bring in mask number 3. Whoops, I just lost number 4. Hang on. All right, so now we're coming in with number 3. So again, we're going to line this up. This is a must. I would highly recommend that you do this because this makes it so much easier so that you know that your masks are covering everything exactly where it needs to go. Okay. All right, so now we're going to come in with some crushed curry because I'm going to put some yellow in these flowers. And I hope this is going to work. We'll find out, won't we? All right, so here we go. And we're on number 3, so we'll see what's going to happen here. I'm I'm going to just keep, and you want to hold it because I can see that I've gone off a little bit. My mask is off just a hair, but I'm just going to hold it in place and just make sure that we get our yellow in there where we want it, and make sure we got some yellow up in here. All right, let's see how that does. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, it's coming. It's not quite as yellow as I thought it was going to be. It's got a little bit in there. All right, so there's that. I really thought I was going to have one of these be yellow, so I should have probably maybe done that, but that's all right. Oops, let me grab my tabs. So we might not get quite as yellow as I wanted, but that's all right. Okay, so we're going to move this one off. We did get some yellow in the little areas there. All right, so now we're going to come in with number 4. So I got to put my number here. Make sure I got number 4. All right, and again, we're going to line this up right up here. And put that like that. So I think I've got that pretty much lined up. Now let's see where these holes are. There's nothing there, so that's where our leaves are going to come into play. Thank you for sharing, Judy. Welcome, everyone. Sorry I was a little late. Okay, all right, so now we're going to come in with lemon lime twist. And this really is not a bad looking color. All right, so we're going to do lemon lime twist. And this is frame number 4, or the mask number 4. And I inked up my ink pads to make sure we had plenty of color. All right, so now I'm going to come in. All right, we've got everything on here, so I'm going to just come in now and I'm going to start blending in all the areas now, which is now going to be our leaves. All right, so we're going to do that. And again, you can add as much or as little as you want. If you want them darker, you just keep adding your ink. And you just go around everywhere on your mask. Now this one I've got, this one I didn't pay attention to, and this one's but it's okay because it's all lined up. But part of the leaves are coming off the bottom of the page, but that's all right. I don't think that's going to be a problem. So I'm just going to go back over and make these a little bit, make sure I've got all the color in there. And you just have to just tap a little bit on your color on the ink pad. So you want to make sure you're using your ink pads. But isn't this nice? So if you want to have the, have the stamp, by all means you can buy it. Look on page 57. It's got the whole thing there. But you don't need the ink, you don't need the pad, because we're going to do it just the way we are. And it's going to come out beautiful. All right, so that's our lemon lime twist. And we're going to take number 4 off. And give me a second here if I can grab that. Grab this one. All right, now see how it's starting to come together? Isn't that beautiful? All right, let me put him over here. And then we're going to come in with number 5. And this is where we're going to do the final touches to the leaves. So this is where we're going to add some color, like the veins. One of the cards, or 2 of the cards I did yesterday, I'll show you those later when we get done again, is they are, hang on, let me get this straight. They are done with pecan pie, which looks really nice. I'm going to make sure I got this lined up. Okay, hang on. My mask is off just a little bit up here. So if it's not exactly up there, you can tell because it's going to be off on some of your areas. All right, so we're going to go with that. Let me bring this part down just a tad. All right, I think we're good there. And I'm just going to put that there and this one over here. All right, now we're going to do Granny Apple Green. All right, so now we're going to finish up with our colors. This is a little bit darker color than the lemon lime twist, so this is more, obviously green, right? Okay. And I think these, the masks are actually, they're $13. So, I mean, this is a great for 13 bucks, and you can make all these beautiful cards and not have a stamp set, and then just add your sentiments, right? We all have sentiments at home on stamps. So see how it's getting, it's making some darker spots along the way for the leaves underneath. So that's what we're doing. We're just going around and we're just coloring all of the areas I just go around and color everything because it's covered up if it doesn't need the color. So the only thing that's exposed is the area that needs to be colored. Okay, so we're just going to go through, and I just got ink on my finger. All right, I think that looks pretty good. Okay, so let me close this up, and I'm going to set this over here because I need those two colors again. All right, so let's take off number 5. All right, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Hang on a minute. Let me pull this up and get it up. There we go. Isn't that pretty? Look at that. Gorgeous. Now, I should have brought it up a little bit more, but I've got it hanging off, but that's no big deal. So you can do it like this, or you can do it like this. Now, this is what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to get my little spray bottle, and we're going to wash this thing off. I completely forgot to bring that over here. But give me 1 second. I'm going to do something a little bit different when it comes to making the card. All right, so if I cut this in half, we're gonna make 2 cards. So I am going to, I've got Poppy Parade, so I'm gonna go ahead and fold this in half. I've already got it scored, 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, and we're just gonna pull that up there, and we're gonna fold it. My bone folder. Okay, move some of this out of the way. All right, and then I'm going to take. Let's see, what am I doing here? I've got one for the inside, one for the outside. So I'm going to take another piece of Poppy Parade, and I'm going to cut this at an angle. And I'll tell you why I'm going to do that. So let me get I'm going to cut the flower at an angle, and then I'm going to do the same thing with my paper, okay? So we're going to angle this, and I'm going to have it go from top right to the bottom left, okay? So we're going to do top. Now we can use that. Now we can use the whole thing like I did over here, right? So you can use it for a whole card, okay? But I thought we could do 2 cards, so let's do that. We're going to see how this looks. All right, so I've got my points in the track. I'm going to bring my blade down. Actually, I'm going to bring it in just a little bit. And I'm going to cut this in half, okay? So now I have 2 halves to my, whoopsie. And then I've got, hang on, then we've got the same size. This is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to cut this in half from the top to the bottom, and I'll show you what we're going to do. All right, I think that's straight. So let's do that. All right, I'm probably going to only make 1 card. Well, I guess I could put them both together, but you'll get the gist of it, okay? All right, so we have this piece right here, right? So I'm going to take, and I'm going to put, let me see which one I want. Let's put this one here. Now we're going to lay this right there. And then when I do this one, okay, we're going to lay this right here, all right? And we're going to have an edge because this was 4 by 5 1/4, and I cut it at a diagonal. Then I'm just going to come in, and I don't have to put anything here. I can just lay that right there. But I thought it would be, you know, actually I probably don't even need to do that, do I? Yeah, I don't think we need that. I think I'm just going to put that in just like that. And then we can put something down here. So that just saved me from cutting another thing. All right, so I'm going to add this right here. Now you can add ribbon, whatever you want to add to dress up your card. I'm just going to do a sentiment. But I thought this would be cute. Now the next card, we can just make it straight. Hang on a minute. Let me get my glue to start cooperating. Here we go. Come on, Bella. All right. So what do y'all think about these masks? Aren't they gorgeous? I mean, I just think it's such an easy way. Plus, it gives you time. If you like to color, you can kind of blend, take your time. You know, don't do anything, you know. Oh, the next one, we're going to do some embossing. We're going to do, let's put this right here. I'm going to put, well, as I get glue all over. All right, hang on. We're going to put this right here next to in the top corner. Take that off. All right, so there's that in the top corner. And then we can take a sentiment and we can stamp. If I find my sentiment, hang on. I got it over here somewhere. Hang on a minute. See, I was rushing around when the computer wasn't cooperating. Hang on. Ugh. We are going to use the layering leaves, which carried over, and I'm going to use the Thinking of You. Whoopsie, sorry, I just scared the dog. And I'm going to put a little sentiment right here on the side, and then the next one is going to be a stepped up version. And I'm going to stamp that in Poppy Parade, since that's what we have. I don't know. Oh, I know. I was thinking I needed to cut the other one. I don't. This one, because it's not embossed. The next one, we're going to cut it, but I embossed it. So we'll do that color next. And then I'll show you that card. So this is a circle. I have cut a bunch of these out for another class. And so we're going to use this circle since it was already cut out. But you can do what you want as far as your sentiment, right? All right, so we're going to move this out of the way. I got a mess going on over here. And then we're going to pop this up. Now, we can put some twine underneath this. Let me grab my dimensionals. We'll give it some twine since we need to have a little something in there. Okay, bear with me a second here. Let me get my dimensionals. Hold on. You'd think I'd be organized. I had everything organized, but I wasn't thinking about taking out my dimensionals. Sorry. I'm trying to get ready to go out of the country. And I've got, tomorrow, Riley and I have our therapy visit. So we go to the medical center. We've got 3 floors of people that expect to see us. So we're going there tomorrow. I've got to pack tomorrow. Tomorrow night's my packing night. Because what is tomorrow? Wednesday, Thursday. I'm trying to get some stuff done in advance for you guys. Then I have to get my nails done, so that's important, right? And then Friday, I'm going to do a little bit more work in here, and then of course at 3:30 I have to go get my hair done. So you know that's important when you go on vacation, and well, plus it's time anyways. So that's how it is. All right. So wait, let's boogered this up. Hang on a minute. I was going to add some twine to make it look a little bit better. Let's see if we can peel some twine off here. Bear with me. I apologize. Okay, let's get this thing going. I'm going to do some wrapping around it, even though I didn't. I'll just glue it down. I'm going to make a double, I think. Actually, I'm going to just cut this here. Okay, so I'm going to make a, how do I want to do this? No, I don't want to do that. I just cut my thread, but that's all right. All right, we'll just wrap it. No big deal. I'm just going to wrap it around. Actually, I don't like that. That's not what I'm going to do. Oh, let's just do a bow. Since I already got it cut. Sorry, guys. Now I'm being indecisive here. All right, so we're going to tie a bow. I just made the double thread. Just tie a bow. Pull the loops. Whoops. Not too long, not too short. All right, so we're just going to do that. And I'm going to put this. Now we could sponge the outside if we want of our sentiment, which it's kind of bare, right? So let's go ahead and do that. Which one is, I guess that's red. I'm going to just do a little bit with my blending brush. Let's do it. That way we give it a little color. So it doesn't look so starky white, right? Okay. All right, so I'm going to pop that right there. And then I'll just get a glue dot and we will add that to the thread and we'll get that to hold it in place. So let's just throw that right on here and we'll stick that on here. Let me trim up these a little bit. Okay. All right, so there you go. So there's one. And then of course we have the other half that we can make the second card, which would be very simple. So we're just going to fold it in half where it's been scored. And we can do it the same way, or, all right, so we're going to leave that one right there. I'm just going to lay it down. I'm not going to glue it because I don't want to hold y'all up with me getting ready to have to. So this one, we could put it down here if we wanted. All right, so you could do it like that, or you could put it at the top and then put your sentiment up here, or we can turn it and do the same thing and then put your sentiment down here, right? So that's a way that you can do it and make 2 cards out of 1. All right. Now, I'm going to put these off to the side for a minute. We're going to do some different colors, and then that one we are going to make the 2 cards because I want you to see the difference between the 2. Give me 1 second. Let me get my squirt bottle because I need to clean off my mask. And I wasn't. Oh, I've got my my chamois. That's what we'll use. I forgot about my big old chamois that comes with the glass mat. Oh, you're going to use this. All right, let me clean off the glass mat real quick. Chamois to save here. All right, so we're just going to wipe this off. This is number 5. So let's wipe that green off, which we're going to use that green again anyways. So I'm not too worried about that one. So let's lay that there. This is number 3. So we'll wipe this one off. See, and then I usually just run them underneath water and wipe them real good so I don't have any residue. But this will be fine for now. It's not going to mess up our next card. Now the next card, we're going to be doing some Gorgeous Grape and Highland Heather and Lemon Lolly. And of course, we're going to use the same colors for our for our leaves. Let me fold this in so I don't get ink all over my fingers. And we'll wipe this off. Not doing such a good job, is it? Let me spray. Where's my water? Let me just spray this a little bit. Turn it inside out. There we go. Wipe this off here. This is my vellum to keep the light from glaring. Okay. All right, here we go. We're going to start again. We're going to do a different color scheme. And then we will get started here. Let's move this out of the way. All right, let me bring in my colors. So let me get my stuff in order here. So we got number 2, we got number 1, 2, 3, hang on a minute, number 5, and where is number 4? Number 4, oh, here's number 4. We didn't wipe him off. Hang on, I think he'll be fine. But let's wipe him off just to get some of this off of here. We're going to use that same color. All right, so that's fine. Okay. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, and number 4. Okay, so here we go again. All right, so we're going to put our piece of paper down. All right, so I'm going to line it, and I have my little sticky thing right there, and I'm just going to line it up straight. And I think I'm going to move it over. I think I had it over here a little bit. And I can move it once I get the mat on there to see what we want to do. All right, now let me get my colors in shape here. Give me 1 second. All right, so I am going to use Lemon Lolly, Crushed Curry, Highland Heather, Gorgeous Grape, 1, 2, 3, 4, Lemon Lime Twist, and Granny Apple. All right, so let me get my colors so I get my inks and all that stuff together. Okay, all right, so we're going to start with Lemon Lolly. This is the one that I should have a yellow on. All right, so I've got my placement of my card. So we're going to bring in number 1, and again, I'm going to twist it. Now I want to make sure that I've got room for my card, and I'm going to move it over just a little bit. I'm going to move it just a little bit this way so that I can make sure I get enough room to get all of my card colored. So all the pieces are on the card. All right. Okay, so there's that. Everything looks good. So I'm going to put this, whoops, hang on. I've got to get my corners straight. Get my corner up there. That's why I make that little divot so we know. All right, so that's going to go there. We'll put this here just to keep us in check here and there. Okay, ready to go. Next. All right, let's move these brushes out of the way. And we are going to come in with, where is my yellow? Dun, 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 dun. I think this one. I think I'm going to use this one for my yellow. Yellow, yeah. All right, so it's clean, but it's... Hi, Kathy from Illinois. How are you? Okay, this is Lemon Lolly. All right, and we're going to do this next. Same thing, but we're going to change up the colors and do a different color scheme. All right, so we've got everything in place. We've got our mask taped down. So we're going to start, and I would say be careful because like some of these that are die cut, they've got these little pieces of plastic. So be careful when you clean them that doesn't come off. Okay. All right, so we're starting out with Lemon Lolly, and we're going to start in, get my little thing over here, and that's going to be a real light color, so we're just going to blend. Oh, it's going to be pretty. And I'm just going to bring in some more ink, and then we're just going to start inking as we go. I need to get this one is really, get some more ink on my color here. All right, and then just, you know, blend. And the bigger brushes really do help. And I always hold my finger on the head part only because it's, the handle is kind of, I don't want to say it's thin. It's thin. It's a little weak. So I'm putting a lot of pressure on it. So I don't want it to break off. So I just put my fingers and hold it like that. And then I'm just going to keep blending and get my colors down. Get some more ink in here. And we'll start and do some more. And make sure you get all your die cut pieces out done. All right, and then the more color you add, obviously the darker it's going to get. And that, again, that's your choice, right? And this Lemon Lolly is light, so I'm just going to go over this one more time. This should be a pretty one. Okay, I think we're good there. All right, so now we're going to put that aside, and we're going to bring in, hang on a second, now we got to change out number 1 to number 2. So we'll put that one over there. Now bringing in number 2. So again, we're going to line up with our little diagram here. And this is why you do that, so you make sure you get it lined up exactly where it needs to go. And you'll be able to tell, right? So we've got that there, my corner's down there, so we're going to push that down. And then we're going to add. And again, for those that may just be joining, you can find these masks on page 57 of the new catalog. If you don't have a demonstrator, if you're not working with someone, just message me and I'll be more than happy to mail you a catalog. And we'll go from there. Hang on, I'm looking for my other, got a piece here. I'm just gonna do that to tape it down. All right, so now we're on mask number 2. So we're gonna come in with crushed curry. All right, so now we're going to make our yellow a lot darker. So we're going to darken up our yellow. All right, and then we're going to come in with the crushed curry. And I always just tap off a little bit. You can tap it on here, but I don't know. I think the less ink I got to put on here, the less I'll worry about getting something in the way. So again, be careful of these little real fine pieces that have been cut, because they will definitely, like this one's sticking up. So I want to make sure that I don't have it, it doesn't tear off. It may not, but again, I don't want to take that chance. So I'm just kind of going with the direction of where it's laying. So I'm forcing it down. All right. So I think this is going to be pretty. All right. So there's our yellow, right? Okay. So that's crushed curry. All right. Now we're going to come in. Let me move that out of the way. We're going to come in with Highland Heather. All right, so now we're going to do Highland Heather. Yesterday, when I was doing one of my mask, I changed out my colors, but forgot to change my mask. And when I got done, I thought, well, why does it all look grape? Because I didn't change my mask out. So just get yourself in a habit of changing the mask before you get your ink out, because I think that's what I did. I got the ink out, and then I just started coloring away, and then I realized, oh, crap, I didn't I didn't change my mask. So, I don't know. I think this is fun. So you don't have to have the, I'm not trying to tell you not to buy the stamp set, but you don't need the stamp set because you can really make the coloring. Let me lift this up because I have a little bit, and I don't know if it's supposed to do like that. Hang on a minute. I don't know. You don't need the stamp set. I probably shouldn't tell you that, but if you don't need it, then why would you want to buy it, right? So, but you can. It comes as a bundle if you want the dies. But this is fun. Now, some of the flowers that when you buy the stamp set itself, you can do black ink. Then you have a nice black border around the flower, the lips of the flower, the leaves and everything, and it looks really nice. But I kind of like this without having any color added to it. So, but, again, it's everybody's preference. All right, so now we're going to do number 3, and this is Highland Heather. So we're going to come in here and add some color. And we'll see how this turns out. I know you're probably going, oh my God, what is she doing with yellow and purple? And we're just going to keep adding some color. And I always take my sponge and go to the right, and then I come back to the left just to make sure that I'm hitting all areas and getting all the ink off my sponge itself, actually. All right, so, and then see, some of these are covered up, so they're not even getting any ink on it. All right, so that's our Highland Heather. All right, now we're going to take this one off. And really, it's not that messy. You just set everything. Look at that. And look, see how that's looking? Ooh, pretty good so far, huh? All right, now we're, oops, wait a minute. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4. 5. Oh, wait a minute. I need to come back on this one. Hang on. Number 3 I need. Sorry. This one I'm going to do 2 colors. That was my mistake. We're going to do Highland Heather, and then I'm going to come back with a little bit of grape. Let me get my mask line back up. Sorry about that. Okay. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I did. I put 6. No, I put 6 on here. I don't know what I was thinking. All right, let's go. Ugh. All right, let's go in with some grape. That's just going to make it a little bit darker. Where I put the Highland. So I'm just going to make it lighter so you don't have to press as hard with your ink. So I'll just come in and just do a little bit over top of the Highland. Okay, so we won't do a lot of that. All right, so that's all I'm going to do right there. Those are covered up. Okay. All right, now we're going to change it up where we can get our leaves done. All right, so we're going to take that off. So that just gave it a little bit darker look, but that's fine. Okay, now we're going to do number 4. So now we have to add our leaves. So we're going to pop those in here. And I'm lining up my, I'm looking at the V. That's really what I'm lining up. And then I will move over to make sure my line is straight there. And then I'm inside this little corner. So I have to shift up to the top. Excuse my head if it's in the way. I apologize. And I think that's good right about there. And I'm just going to put this right here. Okay, whoops. That one didn't hold down. Hang on. Let me put that down there. All right, and then we're going to come in with, all right, I think we're good. Oh, here's my other one. Let's do that right there. All right, now we're going to come in with lemon lime twist. So we're going to come back and use, I could have changed the colors. I used granny apple with the pecan, but I think I'm going to do the same color scheme for these leaves here as well. So this is lemon lime twist. So we're going to come in, and this is where we're going to start coloring the actual leaves themselves. And we're just going to start doing our blending so you can see how the color is being added. All right, get some more ink on here. And again, you can make it as light or as dark as you want them to be. But make sure you go off the, when you're doing the leaves, you want to make sure you get the whole cut out piece, the stencil, colored, because you don't want to miss any, like the end pieces or little pieces that are sticking out, okay? So we're just going to add some more, like right here, I didn't do that many here. And again, this one's coming off the paper, but that's all right. We'll deal with that. It's okay. All right, I think we got some, I think that's good. All right, now we're going to come back with, excuse me, the Granny Apple Green again on this one, even though we used it on the other one. And then we will be good to go on this one. All right, so Granny Apple, you know, is going to be a darker color, right? So we're going to come back into here. And I always hold the template anyways, the mask, because I don't want it to slide. Pardon me. I don't want it to slide, even though it's taped down. You can tape it down a lot, but I prefer just to put my hands on it to hold it in place. All right, so you can see how we're changing the color of the leaves, right? Okay. All right, I think that's good. So let's go ahead and, whoopsie, let's go ahead and shut this down. Close that up. All right, now let's bring in our, whoops, we got number, oh, you know what? Guess what I did? I didn't change my mask out from number 4 to number 3. So I'm going to come back. I think I'm going to come back and do, see, I got to talking and didn't change my mask. So that's number 4. All right, I'm going to, you know what? I'm going to leave that, and I'm just going to come back with some more lemon lime. So it's just going to be a little bit different. See what happens when you start talking? You got to pay attention. That's exactly what I did yesterday. I was like, how come my colors are looking weird? All right, that's okay. We're going to get it to work. All right, that's there. We're going to bring this down just a little bit. Okay, no big deal. All right, we got our granny apple. We're going to put some lemon lime on top of this now. See if we can't just add a little bit of top color and lighten it up some. It's okay. I mean, there's really no wrong or right way. Let me just get my mask situated. I can tell it's off just a little bit. I don't have this little, if you don't have that V thing exactly where it needs to be, you'll see how things are, will shift. So we want to get that right there, and I'm going to get that right in that L. Okay, there we go. All right, let's try this. I'm going to tape that down there. Whoopsie. And we will, all right, so this is the lemon lime. We're going to do this again. And we're just going to add some extra color on top. Try to make it look a little bit lighter. And you know, there's no right or wrong way. You just do what you want to do, because you know what? Whatever you do is going to make it look pretty, and no one's going to know what it's supposed to look like anyways. You forgot. Thanks, Judy, for telling me. I forgot to change the mask. I know. But that's all right. It'll still be fine. Okay. See what happens? So that's why you can't have any interruptions or be talking to people, because you'll do exactly what I did. Pardon me. Now, isn't that pretty? All right, so this one, let me take it off of the tape. All right, so let's move all these inky things out of the way. Let's get all this out of here. I'm going to move that right there. Okay, now we're going to do the Gorgeous Grape. Now, what I did on this one, we're going to do a yellow, and then I'm going to do a grape card. So this one we are going to make 2. Okay, so let me come in, and we're going to cut. Now, these I took the Painted Textures embossing folder and ran a piece of 4x4 1/4 of the Gorgeous Grape, and I did that also with the Daffodil Delight. So I'm going to cut this down, and we are going to put both these cards together because I think they're going to be absolutely gorgeous. All right, so we're just going to, again, we're going to cut this at an angle. We're only going to use 1/2 of this, so you'll have another half that you can use for another card. And then I'm going to cut the yellow and do the same thing. So this is just, again, where you can use your mask and make 2 cards if you want instead of 1. It's, you know, and I'll show you the ones if you just joined or didn't see the beginning. I'll show you the ones that I made from yesterday. All right, so we've got that. We have that. And then I need to take my sheet, and we're going to cut this at an angle. And again, I'm going to do top right to the left, and then we can flip these around to go however we want them to go, right? So I've got that in the track. So I'm going to lay this down, and I'm going to hold it. Hang on, let me move my scoring blade. I'm going to put my cutter right there. Let me make sure I've got it in here. There and there, okay? All right, so we're going to cut this in half. All right, now we're going to make 2 cards with these pieces. All right, so, pardon me. All right, so we're going to have one here. We're going to have one here. All right, so we're going to do the Gorgeous Grape first. So I've got this 5.5 by 8.5 scored at 4 1/4. And we're going to make sure we've got our sides all even. And then we are going to give that a good burnish. All right, so this one, I'm going to take, and I'm going to put this one, since we got the flower. Now, there's a lot of white here, but that's all right. I'm going to put this one up here so we can see all these flowers. And then I embossed this one. So this one is going to go like that. So that one is cut at, this square was 4 1/4 by 5.5, okay? Pardon me. So let's go ahead and add the flower, and you can add them in any order that you choose. It doesn't really matter because they should still line up. All right. Hang on a minute. Got to get my glue to cooperate. Why all of a sudden it doesn't want to work? It was working earlier. Here we go. Maybe not. There we go. See, I'm sitting. There we go. Now it's coming out. God, I feel like I have to be... Okay. Let me grab my other one because it'll be a lot... Where did it go? Anyways. All right. So let's put this on our card. All right. So we're going to put this in the top... we're going to do it like this. Right here on the left-hand side. So we're going to put that there. And again, the white was 4 by 5 1/4. And then this piece, we want it to go like that. So make sure you get it right, the right side, before we attach it with our adhesive. And I had this, so let me grab the other piece because that, excuse me, by turning that one over, my, I should have cut it the other way. My embossing part is raised up on the top, but on the bottom it's underneath, but it still looks fine. So we're going to go ahead and add that to our card. I don't know why this guy doesn't want to cooperate. All right, so we're just going to add the glue. I'm going to put a little bit extra on this since it's embossed. And then we're just going to put that down here in the corner, and it's going to butt up to the white. And get that in there, bring it down, because it should cover the card base. All right, and then that goes just like that. Isn't that pretty? All right, and then this one, we've got a circle, so we'll just do the same thing. We'll let's use our gorgeous grape, and we'll stamp, pardon me, we'll stamp the same sentiment, and we'll do some, let's do some twine underneath. So let me go ahead and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to put thinking of you. And again, you can do whatever you would like. Now this one is a little bit smaller, but I think I'll be fine getting this on here, hopefully. Let's cross our fingers. All right, that worked. Okay, now I'm going to take, here's the twine. All right, I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive on the back. So I can get the twine, I'm going to roll it on the back of this. Okay, so let's go ahead and get that. And then we'll put the other card away, together. And then I think we'll be done. So just give me, probably need another 15 minutes. That's not too bad, I don't think. Is it? What time is it? Oh, 8:02. Okay, we're going to run over. All right, so let's just wrap some around here. We're going to make some loop-de-doops. And I'm just going to kind of pull them, and let me see where my sentiment is. I think I'll do it like that. I'm going to pull it and kind of just stick it down there, and then I can move them around. I know people do this much better than I do, so I struggle at this, but I'm trying. That's all I can say. All right, so we're going to add some dimensionals. Actually, I'm going to put this piece, I'm going to hide that little string because I don't want that to show. Hang on. Let me get the glue over there. All right, so let's put some dimensionals. We're going to pop this one up like we did the other one. All right, we'll put 3 on here. Okay, so that one, and then we're going to get the yellow card because I want you to see the difference of the colors. There we go. And again, I'm thinking of you, and then we can add, some little baubles or whatever to this. So let's do that. And then we've got some... let's see. I got some rhinestones in here somewhere. We'll just use those because everything else I have is pretty much retired, if I'm not mistaken. All right, here's some. We'll just throw a couple little rhinestones that aren't colored. Let's just put a rhinestone down here. Let's put another one up there. Let me see if I can find one. This one might be colored, but that's all right. I know we have to have 3, so let's do another one, put that down there. All right, so there's that color, okay? Now let's put the yellow one together so that we can see what that one looks like. So again, we're gonna come in with our Daffodil Delight, and let's move this out of the way. We're gonna get this all squared up. Okay. And then we're going to add, now you can add it down here, but I like it like this because But you know, you could put it like that if you wanted to show. And then we could put this like that. But I think I like it up in the corner because I think it shows. And see, had we moved it over more like the other one? Let me see. Which do we want to do? Let's do it this way. Just, what do you think? Should we do it this way? Yeah, let's go. No, this one has to go this way. I have to turn it. No, I think I want to do it the other way. I know, indecisive again. All right, we're going to do it like that. Actually, we could probably stamp our sentiment right there. And then this is going to be, so when you go to cut your piece that is embossed, you want to cut it the opposite way so that you can get your embossed side up. So I think we'll do it like that. So let's put this on, and then we'll be done. And of course, you can do whatever you want on the inside for your sentiments. I tend to leave those blank until I use the card. But you tell I'm having a hard time getting my glue to come out. All right, so let's go ahead and put this on the front. We'll do the same thing. I should do it opposite though to make it look different. Nah, let's do it this way. All right, we're gonna put that one right there. And again, this white is 4 by 5.5. We want that there. What is going on? This guy is like clogged big time. I don't know what his problem is. Hang on a second. Let me find my other glue. Oh, here it is. Okay, this might work a little. Oops, see, this one works. The other one, I guess because it's sitting too long. Because I don't use that one until we do a class, but whatever. It'll be fine. Okay. Almost done. All right, so we're going to lay that down here and line this right up to the edge of our paper because this is the yellow, and we're going to put that right about there. So we've got our embossed piece. Isn't that pretty? And then again, we can do our sentiment, and we'll go ahead and, let's see, I think I've got another small circle up here. Whoops, that's too small. Hang on a minute. Let me grab me a circle. I cut a bunch of these out and then I didn't need them. So, all right, let's stamp this in, let's do crushed curry because the lemon lolly will be too yellow, or we could do green, our sentiment. Let's see what it looks like. If we don't like it, we'll change it. All right, we're gonna do Thinking of You again. Well, that one went off. I don't think that's too bad. Or should we do the green? Let's see what the green looks like. We're living on the edge. Hold on a minute. I got a couple more circles. Clean that off. Let's try the Granny Apple. Let's do Granny Apple green. Put that over there. All right, let me see if I can do this without getting, this is the one that's a little bit smaller. So let's see if we can get that on there without, ooh, the lights are bright. Okay, let's see if we can get that in there. There we go. Oh, I think the green's gonna look nicer. Okay. All right. So let's pop this up on dimensionals. Why is it that I can never find anything? Because I guess, oh, here they are right in front of me. Do y'all do that? Am I the only one? And then we can tie another bow. I don't know. I think I like it with that thing underneath too. But let's just tie a bow. That'll make it quicker. All right, so we're going to push this over here. We'll be done here in just a minute or two. Hang in there with me. All right, we're going to put that right there. And we'll get the twine one more time. And we'll make a bow. All right, so let's cut that real quick. Okay, here we go. All right. Take your fingernails and go down the twine. If it keeps curling, it will help straighten it out some. All right, so let's get that right there, and we'll tie a bow real quick. All right. And we'll pull that tight. And then let's shrink, pull the little loop-de-doopies down some. All right. Now, don't forget, I will be, like I'm a glutton for punishment, I will be here Friday at 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time to do our Fundamental Friday. And that is, what are we doing? I've already got the card made. We're doing something different. I can't think of what it is right now. But anyways, join me Friday at 12 o'clock if you're not doing anything. Come back and for some more goofiness. All right, let's put a not dimensional, let's put a glue dot. I'm going to try to cut these little tails down a little bit. They're kind of scraggly. All right, let's get a glue dot and put that on here. I'm going to use my fingernails instead of my snips. So we're going to add that right here to the bottom again. All right, I got to pull this one tail down. He's a little bit, this loopy-doop. There we go. All right, hang on. Almost done, and then I'll bring out all the other ones that we've done and that I did yesterday. Okay, we'll put our little guy right here. Get his tails to look right, and I'll trim them up later, get the bows. This one looks a little odd. All right. Okay. Put a little jewel on here, make him dress him up. We'll put another little one. Put another little one here. Let's put one there. And put one over here. Why not? Let's put it right there. Okay. All right. Let me pull in the cards all the cards that I've made. Let me move my ink stuff out of the way. And, okay. So the ones that we did this evening are right here. So this is the Gorgeous Scrape and the, did I do that? Yeah. Well, I did do it backwards, didn't I? Different. Isn't that nice? I love that. This one is your Daffodil Delight and Gorgeous Scrape. And that's cutting those two in half. I know I'm a glutton for punishment. And then here's the Poppy Parade. And of course, this one, I didn't finish this one, but you've got the gist of it, right? So that's just putting that on there with nothing embossed down here. So that's the Poppy Parade with the other colors, the Real Red, Crushed Curry, Lemon Lime Twist, and Granny Apple. And then let me show you the ones that I did. If you want the full card, hang on a minute, let me grab them. All right, so this is what I did yesterday as sample. So here's one that's using a Berry Burst, Fresh Freesia. All right, this one I turned it sideways. This is Petal Pink, Fresh Freesia, Shaded Spruce. And then here's another grape that I did. So it kind of gives you some ideas of what you can do. Now, aren't those gorgeous cards? And I'll put these right here. Aren't these gorgeous? So you can make the cards, I'll put that like that so you'll at least can see. So if you do it this way, you're going to get 2 out of 1. Aren't they gorgeous? So you don't even need to have the stamp set. So you can just do this with your own supplies, your own colors, and just choose. I was trying to decide. I wanted to use some blues, and then I saw these, and I thought, oh, I'd rather do the red. So, but anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed this. Thank you so much for spending time with me Tuesday evening, and I apologize for the overrun of time, but I do appreciate it. I hope you've enjoyed these cards. I really think these masks are actually beautiful for $13. My gosh, you know, you can't beat that, and you can make some beautiful cards with that. So have a great evening, everyone. Thank you once again. I really appreciate it. If you don't mind sharing the video or with your crafty friends, I'd greatly appreciate it. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Make sure if you're on YouTube that you have subscribed and ring the bell to be notified each time I upload a video. I will see you back here on Friday, 12 o'clock, for a Fundamental Friday technique. And I'm not even sure what it is. It's over somewhere on my desk. I've already got the card made. All right, everybody. I will see you on Friday. Thank you so much, Judy. Thanks, Char. I'm glad you liked them. All right, so get those masks and make some cards. And when you do, make sure you share with us, okay? All right, have a great evening.